Hi everyone, another video here by your girl, Miss Michaela Morgan. Today's video is about how bad trans healthcare is in this country. Now, I came out in April 2018, so I've been waiting literally 3.5 years just for one appointment, and I'm not very hopeful for the future. Next week I will hit 18 months on hormones, which I will be doing a video about that next week when that comes. It's just that the pandemic has not helped, and loads of people are blaming the pandemic that how long we've been waiting, which since I've been under Charing Cross 5 times I've increased the waiting times. Somewhere in Bristol there was a big poster done called Dying to Start, and it has got some statistics on it. 41% of people within the trans community have either self-harmed or attempted their own suicide, which is pretty bad. We hear nothing from our gender clinics, and I've literally called them up every so often just to see where I am on the waiting list. My own gender clinic, Charing Cross, have not updated their website since Halloween last year, and they're still making with appointments for people referred to the service in October 2017. And as I said, next week I will hit month 18 on hormones. I'm socially transitioning, as you meant to. I'm having blood tests. I've gone through depot, which 25th of September will be 3 years since depot. And because of this, the long wait, and because I can afford it, I am going private for my hormones, which is the only choice that I've got. Before I actually started private, I was self-meding for 6 months, which I know you're not supposed to do, but I was pretty damn desperate, and I were established hormones. Before I did start, I did ask 6 times for bridging hormones, which only after the 6th time I asked was it finally added to my medical notes. And it took my doctor 7.5 months to hear back from the endos at Charing Cross, and they advised me to take estrogen only, no blocker, which by that time I was with Gender GP for about a month. And I really thought that last month in July I would get an appointment, because I've been waiting for 3 years, and now in a few days I'm going to start month 39, which I did get an email from Charing Cross saying that they received my referral in mid-April 2018. So if that's the case, it will be the start of month 41, which is totally unacceptable. I mean, GPs can prescribe hormones for menopausal cis women, and it is the same hormones that I take. I mean, things are not helped for trans kids due to the whole Kira Bell case, where when Tavistock and Portman and Gids went to the courts to appeal their condition, to appeal the original court case, it was decided that parents can consent for their kids' behalf, but another appeal went through, and that original statement was reinstated, so that now trans kids have got to ask for a court's permission, even if the team at GIDS, that's the Gender Identity Discovery Service, recommends a kid for puberty blockers, they still have to ask for a court's permission to put them on blockers. Now, I know a lot of trans people, and a lot of them, they was waiting so long for kids to see them that by the time they got their appointment, they had aged out and they had to be instead put on the adults clinic. And I've actually had a couple of friends who could not take any more, and they ended up taking their own lives. 2 years ago in June, I had a friend who got attacked with a knife by a transphobe. The police let him go, and I think that was the final straw for her. She just could not take it anymore. And it's completely unacceptable. I mean, I did look on WPATH on the NHS website, and Dr. Helen Webley, who founded Gender GP, she is finally having her tribunal. And it was about 4 or 5 years that she got suspended. And today, I think it's day 11 of her court case. And I'm just hoping and praying that she wins it, and so that she can actually start practicing again, because they do use WPATH, which is the World Professional Association for Transgender Healthcare. Even though the WPATH documents are on the NHS website, they just leave us waiting year after year after year after year without anything. I mean, I'll call Charing Cross up just to see whereabouts I am on the system. They won't tell me nothing. All I keep getting is that they're working with commissioners to bring down waiting times, and they're working with NHS England. That has been the case for over a year, and it's completely unacceptable. Because I know people who's got other medical issues, they get their appointment within 18 weeks. Now, on the NHS, it says if you're not seen within that 18-week target, you're supposed to be offered something alternative, which, when I was digging about on Facebook in the trans groups, I found out about bridging hormones. I looked them up on WPATH, and basically they're there to steer you away from self-medicating, or if you are self-medicating, to get you off from that. Which, as I did say, I asked 6 times before I started self-medicating, which I got really, really desperate. I did, as always, have my 3 monthly blood test, but now I'm back on with Gender GP, and weirdly enough, I'm using the same hormones as I was self-medicating with. And in about a month's time, I do need another blood test. I mean, there's nothing else I can do. I'm just waiting to hear back from Charing Cross, and I'm also waiting to hear back from my MP, because that's the only choice I can get. And as for the police, they do nothing about transphobic hate crimes. I mean, I've had my dad hit me 4 times in Steeple. My younger brothers hit me and grabbed from my chest. Then he said, then he next said that I was bullying him and forcing him, even though, as I said before, 25th of September will be 3 years in Steeple. And also as well, my younger brother claimed he needed more time to get used to it, even though this is the 4th year that I've been socially transitioning, and I am fully socially transitioning. I mean, 14th of next month, I've got a hair appointment for maintenance for my hair extensions, even though my natural hair is getting pretty long because this is a part of my natural hair, and as you can see, uh, it goes down to below my chin, and the back goes up to about here, and that's also due to obviously the hormones, and I don't overwash it because overwashing your hair can do bad because you're washing away all the nutrients and the goodness, which members of my family did have a go at me for only washing my hair once a week, but I asked the hairdressers that I go to and they said washing your hair once a week is okay because you are washing out all the oils and the goodness. I mean, that's the reason why we have pride events is because we do get enough hate, like groups like the LGB Alliance, which it's funny they're doing the trans people what people were doing back in the 80s. And it's like, because they now got acceptance, they can just shit on the trans community. And also as well, Transgender Trend, who is an openly transphobic group. And though I believe this whole thing that we're pushing kids to go through surgery, even though it is illegal for kids to go through any gender affirming surgeries. The whole thing about puberty blockers is that they just block puberty. I mean, there are some side effects like bone density and things, but once you come off them, you will go through puberty, although a bit later than normal. And what I personally signed in all about 9 or 10 petitions on the government website. They replied eventually saying that they're opening 3 new gender clinics when they're not new at all, they're only pilot schemes. One that's been opened is in Chelsea, but I got no idea on how to get with them or whether or not it will affect my time waiting for Charing Cross. I mean, Laurel's, the clinic in Exeter, they only saw 2 people the whole of 2020. And it's the same old story. We're working through the waiting list as quick as we can. When to clear everyone on the backlog, not including the 500 or so patients that have just added, would take nearly 1,300 years. And like, having gender dysphoria and gender problems is not in itself not a mental health issue. It is the long waiting times that causes mental health issues, because they say that the waiting list is such and such and such a time. Then when you get to that point and it goes a bit further, it leaves you in that old catch-22 situation where you don't know what you're gonna do. So anyway guys, this is the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, do be sure to give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. So anyway guys, this is Miss Michaela Morgan of The Michaela Show. Much love to you, wherever you may be in the world. I'll see you next week, everyone, while I do my 18-month hormone update. Bye everyone, bye.